Oh wait. Let me use my. But hello. Future me, hello. It's been a while since we see each other, I guess. How are you? How are you? I'm really fine. Really fine. How are you? How about you? I am ready to do this thing. Why can't I hear the voice of the game? It's weird. Wait. Let me oh oops. This is weird. I haven't encountered this before. Usually it just oh, of course, this is the one. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I got it. I got it, guys. I got it. Woo! I got it. Yes. Okay. No, that's out of the way. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Now, last time we were doing this, we're already in a trial. The Old Bailey. We're back at the Old Bailey to defend. I cannot believe it's been 6 months since I was last allowed to work in court. Oh my god, yeah. I forgot, yeah. And now here I am back at the Old Bailey. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo! Good morning, Professor Hairbrain. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. The atmosphere pressure in here is off the charts. I've never felt anything like it. It's crushing me. I feel it every time I'm here, that gravity. Well, this is Britain's highest court. But are you telling me it's fitted with some kind of device that can actually control air pressure? I think it's probably all in the mind. Ah, yes, well, you won't let me down, will you, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm counting on you in today's trial to save my life. To save the secret of my super high voltage insensitive kinesis machine from being made public. Yes, I understand. I know what I have to do. I have to establish that the explosion 2 days ago was nothing more than an unfortunate accident. Well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, really. Justice will prevail. It's Mr. Sholmes. I didn't expect you to see you here. That was very mean, Runo, leaving me alone at home with Hurley. It took me at least an hour to wake him. Is it? Oh my god, that's a lot, isn't it? Wait. Indeed, sir, I am he, Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, I heard all about your exploit even whilst living in Germany. Ah, yes, Rams magazine is on sale in Germany too. This one installment was sublime. Your reduction in Adventure of Silver Blaze was wonderful. Ah, yes, a memorable case indeed. It concerned a snake, I seem to recall. No, that was the speckled plan. Well, thank you for coming. I do appreciate your support. I'm sorry to disappoint you, my dear fellow, but I'm afraid I cannot stay. Oh? I have an urgent business at Madame Tusca. You mean your waxwork job? No, the waxwork abduction, of course. Madam has engaged my service. So you're trying to get to the bottom of that ransom note, are you? The week's wage depends on it, and as does the safe return of the waxwork, naturally. As such, I intend to give it my undivided attention. Oh, well, never mind then. I understand. This waxwork abduction is gonna be connected to the main case, isn't it? Somehow, the waxwork they use is used for faking the explosion, I guess. I don't know. I shall return forthwith. Far until I solve the case, I shall have no money to afford a pie of any description.
Oh, then you must absolutely give it your full attention, Hurley.
Quiet, Iris, quiet. But life is riddled with irony, you know. Whenever I give something my full attention, I have quite insatiable desire for a pie. One of the universe's intractable mysteries, you might say. Oh yes, quiet, definitely, absolutely, I totally understand. Someone a little starstruck. I wish you very best of luck, Professor Hairbrain. Oh, why thank you. Before I depart, Mr. Naruhodo, a word in your ear, if you please. What's this about? As you have remarkably little grounding in science, I feel I ought to inform you. As compelling as this super high voltage instantaneous kinesis hypothesis may be, a practical implementation such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition is quite impossible. But the professor said the demonstration was a success. Yes, it will appear that he fervently believes it was.
I've read Professor Bunnybrain's paper about it too, Runo, and I have to say, I'm sure it cannot be done. It could barely be done theoretically, let alone practically.
So he's completely barking up the wrong tree? But how could an experiment that had no possibility of succeeding in fact succeed? That's contradictory. And it's that contradiction that will be at the heart of the trial, I have no doubt. What's that supposed to mean? Now, I must hurry along. I wish you the best of luck, my dear fellow.
See you later, Hurley.
Ding ding ding.
Well, it looks like you're on your own today, Runo, but chin up, you can do it.
Oh, what about you, Iris?
No, I'm afraid I cannot help. I have something I need to do.
I see.
It's going to be a big surprise for you when you find out what it is.
Huh, that sounds ominous. Counsel for defense and the defendant. Court is about to be in session. Make your way into the courtroom at once. We're on our way. An experiment that was lost, that the laws of science cannot possibly succeed. And a scientist who's convinced that it did. What's the riddle you have to unlock here, Yunosuke? That's the key to this case. Okay, so it's not possible. It's not possible to do that. Right? That means someone throw the body out of the... But how? How? This is the jury. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are sitting today for the public trial of Professor Albert Harebrine. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. I'm 6 months out of practice, and what's more, Misusato. I'm without Susato-san today. Is it just my imagination, or does the air in here feel even more oppressive than usual? So, I must say I recollect the victim of this case all too well, Mr. Odai Asman. Mr. Asman was well known as a financier, though that was merely a front for his diverse criminal activities. It was only a month ago that the man appeared in court prosecuted by you, Lord Van Zix. But the jury unanimously found him not guilty. Because every member of the jury has been bribed by the son of it. These powerful London criminals are prepared to go to extreme lengths to keep their freedom. But 2 days ago, on the 21st October, Mr. Asman met his end. The work of the Reaper, was it? Oh no, it's not him! That is how your lordship would describe divine retribution. But the fact remains that Mr. Asman's death was a direct result of the actions of the accused, Professor Harebrine. Very well then. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been selected at random to present the will of the people. Are the 6 of you ready to fulfill your societal duty? I am most gratified to have been selected to carry out this important civic duty, my lord.
To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand.
Oh gosh, oh golly, it sends shivers down my spine. Science experiments, magic, conjuring tricks, courtroom trials all are nothing more than performance. Any suspicious scholar that defiles the reputation of science deserves to hang.
You have to listen what side said on both sides, defense and settle one. That's it, isn't it?
What is she saying? My God. Oh no, is it the sleeping police from the wax museum? Wasn't like this in my day. Wasn't like this at all. That's the police killer Ottermole look like again. And he's as exhausted as ever, it seems. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, the incident we are here to judge today tragically took place at the Great Exhibition shortly after its opening. Though the death toll could have been far worse, with the exception of the victim, no one was killed. Nevertheless, the dream of the science being exhibited rapidly turned into a nightmare for the spectators. The tragic turns of events, and as such, the eyes of all London, no, the whole world will be in this trial. It is our duty to reach a swift and just conclusion, I feel. So, your opening statement, please, Lord Van Zix. Lord Van Zix. Lord Van Zix. At the heart of this incident is technology never before demonstrated anywhere in the world. One, science's latest developments, I think. The government is keen to capitalize on the Great Exhibition to improve Britain's technology advantage. Technology being demonstrated by the accused was described as super high voltage instantaneous kinesis. Good lord! It's designed to disassemble human subjects using extremely high voltage electricity and beam them instantly to another location where they are subsequently reassembled. Is such a thing even within the realms of possibility? Well, I don't believe it, that's for sure. This assembling people with electricity, my goodness, how shocking. Ha! The whole idea is absurd. The hypothesis will never stand up to scrutiny. Sir, I believe you are a fellow of the Royal Society, are you not? An expert in your field? I am, and my word on the matter can be considered final. Instantaneous kinesis is... Oh my god, I cannot say that word. So this expert and Mr. Sholmes are in agreement. It's impossible. What is the prosecution's view on the matter? The prosecution will assert that the accused's instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a success. Huh? What? What? Order! Order! The professor hypothesis is currently under investigation by British government. If it is deemed to have merit, a substantial research grant will be made available. The accused made use of the invention built on his new hypothesis to take Mr. Asman's life in order to be the sole benefactor of the grant. But this disastrous demonstration was no accident. It was carefully designed from the outset to end the life of the victim. My God. Thank you, Lord Von Zix. The prosecution stance is clear. But you will now bring forth witnesses to substantiate your claims. Gladly, my lord. Bing. Bailiff, show the first witnesses to the stand. Wait, what? But it's the accused. The hell? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. I was on duty at the demonstration on the day in question and in charge of the following investigation. Albert Hayrine, scientist. You were born in England but have been carrying out research in Germany in recent years, correct? Yes, that's right. After graduating from university here in Britain, I went to work in Germany and made an amazing discovery, which is what brought me back. I had to demonstrate my incredible hypothesis at the Great Exhibition. What you demonstrate was incredible, alright? An incredible explosion. But the science was a success. The instantaneous kinesis worked. Everyone saw it. They must have done. Yes, there was a terrible accident, but the demonstration of my hypothesis was a success. Well, that much is undeniable, as shown in this photograph taken by the forensic investigation team. Wait a minute. This was taken inside the Crystal Tower, I take it. The centerpiece of the exhibition, no less. That's right, my lord. Seems the victim rammed straight into it. But why is there a single speck of blood? Like, if he's crashed into a very white glass, should like being injured by the glasses pieces, right? So there should be like a few injuries there, and where, you know? Oh, this is weird. As the court heard, the victim of the incident was Mr. O'Diasman. There have been a number of allegations made against the man, but putting them aside from the time being, he was the man who financed the research for the experiment and demonstration itself. I see. So to summarize the situation, the defendant is accused of taking the life of the man who funded his work. Would that be correct? Exactly. But couldn't it be that the explosion was caused by some malfunction in the apparatus used for the demonstration? That's right, that must be it! My splendid machine! My poor splendid machine! Oops. You saw it yesterday, didn't you? We cannot even examine the wreckage thanks to the special dispensation of our Scientific Equipment Act. What? The wreckage! The wreckage! But that being the case, how can the facts be established? How can it possibly be determined whether this was an accident or a deliberate and malicious act? Extremely simply, my lord. I beg your pardon? Isn't that right, witness? What, sir? No, your neighbor. Yes, sir, it was murder, plain and simple. Anyone could state with complete certainty. What? How can he possibly think that? Thank you, Inspector. I think we had better proceed to formal testimony. You will explain to the court what grounds you claim this experiment to have been for murder. Witness testimony! Front for murder. The corpse that went crashing through the crystal tower had a broken neck. I made a minor miscalculation in the angle of the beam projection. That's all. That was my mistake. But post-mortem examination revealed another injury, a fatal wound. There was what is a lesion in his chest where he'd clearly been stabbed by something sharp right in the heart. So the victim was killed before he went anywhere. And this fella's the only one who could have done it. Ah, okay. An extraordinary business. In addition to suffering a broken neck, the victim was stabbed in the heart. Information I would really like to have heard from someone other than the judge. The coroner said that that would have been all but instant from a wound like that. You could say, in fact, that the victim was killed twice by the accused. No, and no! That couldn't be further from the truth. via the experiment plan document that was submitted by the security team. The victim stood himself inside something called the bird cage, ready to be beamed instantly to the second level of the crystal tower, about 25 yards away. The experiment did not go according to plan, however. As the machine was put into the operation, there was a large explosion. The blast caused the beam transmitter to point higher than intended. Accordingly, the kinesis resulted in the birdcage materializing in midair, from where it subsequently fell, crashing through the glass of the crystal tower's large round window. My word! One assumes the victim's neck was broken upon impact with the tower then. I'm so sorry I didn't mean to this before this happened. The machine was just too powerful. But honestly, really, I swear, it was just an accident. A terrible accident. Unfortunately, that excuse cannot save you. No, not considering the sharp murder weapon that pierced the victim's heart. Murder weapon, what are you saying? This is the autopsy report submitted by the coroner. The prosecution would like to enter the court record. Your request is granted, counsel. I was there in person, you know. I saw the whole ludicrous performance. And the only other person on the stage with Mr. Asman was that disgraceful excuse for a scientist. Then really, by all counts, it must have been him. Hard to think otherwise, really. Very well, counsel. For the defense, proceed with the cross-examination, please. Oh yes, my lord. I need to focus here. It's been a while. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Wait, let me blow my nose. Let me blow my nose. Yeah, much better. Yeah, much better. Had a broken neck. I met a minor miscalculation of angle of beam projection. That was my mistake. How do I press? Are you suggesting that's because he fell from a considerable height? Exactly, which highlights something else about this whole rum business. What's that? The fact that the instantaneous kinesis itself was a success. After the explosion, the cage with the fella inside suddenly appeared out of nowhere in midair. So although the experiment ended in disaster, the so-called instantaneous kinesis did actually occur. Remind us, Professor, what was the cause of the fatal disaster? So the angle of projection is critical, is it? And you calculated it yourself, personally? Absolutely. The calculation is far too complicated for anyone but me to carry out. Only you got it wrong, didn't you? Yes, that's right, that's the point. The calculation is so complicated even I can make mistake. Do people fall from the brazen confidence? I should try it. I took into account the subject's height and weight, the wind direction, the ambient temperature. I considered every possible variable, so I just don't understand how this could have happened. Obviously then, you had to include the weight of the clothes Mr. Asman was wearing at the time, I suppose. Cackling comets, the answer should have been 3. So much for safety first. The 3 must be safety for safety third. Another fatal injury, you say? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't think I'd have to spell it out, but here we go. Just because there was 2 fatal wounds doesn't mean I'm saying the victim had 2 lives to lose, does it? 2, right? Obviously at first we thought that the bloke had died due to the spine snapping in half as well. But you're saying that's not the case? You'll get your answer once I finish my fish and chips. If you don't keep butting in every second. But we all know that's bottomless bag. That's true. The victim plummeted 30 feet into the glass tower. It would be reasonable to assume that as the cause of death. Right. Thought what we all thought. But it was a red herring, wasn't it? What is elation? The defense knew nothing of this crucial information. The prosecution received this report from the forensic investigation team only this morning. That was the first we know of it as well. I can only apologize for the impossibility of informing the defense. Sarcastic and insincere? Thanks. So, what was the nature of this sharp object? Among the accused tools there were in use at the demonstration, one is particular interest. This. Ah, yes, would that appear to be... My trusty little companion, Andrew! Andrew, of course. Ah, do you know each other already? It's one of my dear friends, like all my tools. I named them all, you know. We're one big happy family. What the heck? Andrew is my flat hat screwdriver, of course. His spotted brother Michael is a crosshead. Well, it will appear that your beloved Andrew has a red stain in his shank. That isn't... It's blood, beyond all reasonable doubt. No! And that's not all. The long sharp shape in this Andrew fellow is completely consistent with the victim's wound. What? What indeed? Order! Order! The court will enter this friend and the defendant as evidence of the defendants. As evidence. So one of Professor Haybrand's tools is the murder weapon? Great. What grounds do you have for saying that? Ha! You really need to ask. There are only two people on that public experimentation stage in front of the whole crowd. The victim, Mr. O'Diasman, and the accused, Professor Harebrine. And we know for certain that before the experiment, the victim was alive. That's right, I saw him with my own eyes. Furthermore, following the explosion and kinesis, nobody went anywhere near the body. In other words, only someone else on the stage with the victim could possibly have done it. Huh? Professor Harebrine, do you have some information that may be relevant here? Professor! No, sorry. I was just calculating the optimum coefficient of electrolysis to separate molecules in the human body. And the witness stand is the best place for that? It seems as though you may have something else to say. But Inspector Gregson's last remark. Yeah, that's right. Of course. He just said that nobody else could have done it, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Who else could have stabbed the victim, eh? I don't know, but there's no way that I could possibly have stabbed Mr. Asman, as you say. Eh? Explain, please, Professor. Of course, this cold-hearted policeman may not be aware, I suppose. But humans were warm-blooded mammals with blood running continuously through their veins. I had heard. And surely you see, if I'd punched something that size of Andrew into the man's chest, the whole stage would have been a blood bath. No, a blood swimming pool. But thousands of Londoners were watching me at the time. And yet no one had one of them claimed to have seen a swimming pool of blood. Well, no, I suppose not. You see, not one. True. I didn't say anything like that. Well done, Professor. That was a great counter-argument. Order! Order! Pray forgive the discourtesy if I savor a drop from my hell with colors to accompany my old friends adducing. Here's to you, Albert. Oh, you're too kind, Barrett, but I'm really not a patch on you. What the? No, you're not. No? You've neglected to mention one crucial possibility. I have? A particular situation in which very little bleeding would result from a stab wound. Oh, of course! Inspector, enlighten the court, please. Yes, sir. Where are they going with this? Very well, you will amend your formal testimony now, Inspector Gregson. The weapon the victim was stabbed with must have been left in his body whilst he was beamed through the air. You want to go that? You want to go there? Let's see autopsy report, huh? Hemorrhage, wound to the chest that pierced the heart, inflicted by a sharp implement. Additional observation, a broken vertebrae, most likely resulting from an impact after a sudden fall from considerable height. Inflicted by a sharp implement. Okay. But this is not sharp, is it? Yeah, it's blunt. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Come on. This is blood. Mr. Asmon's, no doubt. This is the problem with looking at murder weapons. I've seen this unusually shaped handle before. It's the same screwdriver that was slung in the grill on the floor of the kinesis machine, which would be important information should I definitely make note of it. Okay, that's it. Surely there must be something here. Like, look. Okay, it doesn't show the wound. I'm sorry, it's raining now. I don't know if the rain sound can be caught in the mic, but I hope it's not caught up in the mic. Is this it? Wait. Let's press him. What would you think that, Inspector? With any wound, it's only when you pull the weapon out that profuse bleeding occurs. Whilst it's still lodged in the body, it acts as a stopper of sorts for better word. I see. You don't need a medical degree to be aware of this fact. It's common knowledge for any investigator. Where's Sato-san when you need her? If you ask me, this bloke masked what he was doing from view with his body for stabbing Osman in the chest. Then he beamed the victim off the stage with his fancy device, the screwdriver still where he planted it. I would never do such a thing, not to my precious tools. I would never use them for such a dirty work. You only use tools for the intended purpose. That's common knowledge for any scientist. The fact remains, the lack of blood at the scene can easily be explained, as the prosecution has demonstrated. So that's all this testimony I have to work with. I had no idea the victim has been stabbed. That changes everything. Did Van Zix keep that to himself until now on purpose to gain the advantage? Oh well, I suppose all I can do is press the witnesses for as much for new information as possible. We already did. So it must be this statement over here. The victim was stabbed. Wet must have been left in his body when it was beamed through the air. But what? What is it? What's contradictory? I mean, if, for example, that guy was beamed through here and then go here and then he falls down, what would happen to the screwdriver? What's contradictory? Contradictory? Come on, man. Think. I don't think I can think. The victim was stabbed with must have been left in his body while he was beamed through the air. Wait, the metal screwdriver that was found poking through the grill in the base of what remains of the Kinesis machine has a distinctive handle. I think this is it. Wait, let me save. Wait, can I save? Where can wait can I pay? Save. Okay, I think it's this one. Oops. Present. Objection! You said that while the weapon remains in the body, there's very little bleeding. Is that unequivocal? Look, there was no blood on the experimentation stage, even though that's where the fellow was stabbed. The only explanation for that is if the screwdriver was still in his body, stopping any heavy bleeding. It's common medical knowledge, my learned friend, even on your side of the world. Yes, but this screwdriver... The thing is, we actually saw it at the scene ourselves on the experimentation stage. What? It was on the floor by the wreckage of the machine, poking through the metal grill. I went to pick it up, but the detective here stopped me. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson? Well, now you come to mention it, yes. Inspector, are we to understand that you permitted the defense counsel to investigate? That you contravened the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? No, not at all. I wouldn't do that. I just let him look, nothing more. It was very clear he wasn't to touch anything. Yes, that's true. This screwdriver was in plain sight on the stage. But it shouldn't have been, should it? What are you getting at? If this tool has still been in the victim's body when the victim was beamed away by the machine, then it shouldn't have still been on the stage. That's right. It should have been beamed across the crystal tower along with Mr. Asman. And hadn't been found still launched in the victim's chest. Order! How do you explain this, Inspector? I don't... It looks as though everything that the victim had on his person moved with him when he was beamed. If the screwdriver was still in his chest when the instantaneous kinesis occurred, obviously that should... have been beamed to the destination as well. You! This is a strange situation. Even though people are saying that this is instantaneous kinesis is a scientific possibility, we're still basing arguments on the assumption that it did actually take place. Alright, time to tighten the screws here. That's good puns. My lord, if the prosecution is unable to explain this inconsistency in its argument, we can only conclude that the testimony given in support cannot be relied upon. Lord Van Zik is stumped. Who? It's you, Professor, isn't it? I knew it. Do you have something to say, witness? Yes, I knew it. It bears out. The equation solved. Mr. Naruhodo, don't worry. About what? Without delving into details, there's no inconsistency. What? Even if Andrew had been launched in Mr. Asman's chest, my trusty tool wouldn't have been moved. Andrew remaining on the stage is inconsistent with my calculations. What? What? My gosh, Van Zix. It would seem your illusion have been shattered. Clearly we should hear the accused's explanation. Or should I say, this brilliant scientist's explanation? Just when I'd found an inconsistency in the prosecution arguments. Scientists. Very well, the defendant will testify again. Provide us with the scientific explanation as to why the inconsistency asserted by the defense fails to hold. In the name of Apollo, I will, my lord! Okay, another witness testimony. The inconsistency. To be clear, I'm still at the stage of gathering data in my research. My hypothesis stated that the kinesis cannot transport metal, though, hence the metal weapon would have stayed put. In other words, the point just raised by Mr. Naruhodo is an inconsistency at all. Mr. Asman was the patron of my research. Without him, my work wouldn't have been possible. Now I have a duty to protect the incredible. Oh my god! There's thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening me. Mamma mia, let me go. Woohoo. I'm sorry, it's really, really loud outside, man. It's really loud. My god. Hello, Ferencia, Winonogenis. Hello and welcome. So, the thrust of your testimony, Professor, is that based upon his hypothesis, metal objects cannot be moved by this method of instantaneous kinesis. Another lightning! Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's another lightning. Yeah. In other words, since the screwdriver is made of metal, even if it remained lodged in the victim's chest, its subsequent discovery on the stage despite the victim being found elsewhere is not an inconsistency. And therefore, Professor Albert Hybron could still have been the killer. My great hypothesis holds, you see? We had to make the cage used to contain the subjects from wood for that very reason. I was not addressing you, witness. Professor Heilbrine? Yes? Whose side are you on here? Another lightning, oh my god. I don't take sides, Mr. Naruhodo, no. My only interest lies in upholding my hypothesis. I am a scientist after all. Is he working for us or against us? It's very hard to tell. Let's see how you cross-examine this testimony, my Nipponese friend. Yes, fire away, Mr. Naruhodo. And yet your retort to my argument wasn't lacking in confidence in any way. No scientists can find the truth without first finding self-belief. Those were the words of certain scientists I hold in very highest esteem. But you realize that disproving my argument puts you in a very precarious position, don't you? No scientist should strive to protect himself more than he strives to protect the truth. More words of the same great scientist, you know? Words that are causing me a lot of trouble. Who is this scientist? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, Mr. Naruhodo. But as soon as I remember the magnificent genius's name, you'll be the first to know. It might be worth keeping the names of your idols to your mind. You're wasting your breath, my learned friend. This scatterbrain even forgets my name at times. So Lord Fenzix really did have a friend once, but I didn't notice hell freezing over. Your hypothesis states it. So this isn't proven then? No, of course not. It's merely a hypothesis, but a good one, based upon thousands of calculations. But it is widely known that metals cannot be decomposed by electrolysis. Yes, of course, so I am right. My hypothesis is clearly correct. What is it about this incriminating himself that makes this man so happy? It's the whole reason that the birdcage is made of wood, you see? Sorry, the birdcage? Yes, that's what I call the key C obtusa cage in which Mr. Asman was placed for the kinesis. Ah, the jail cell in which the victim was detained. It does indeed seem to be made of a timber of sorts. I'll thank you not to refer to it as an instrument of incarnation, your lordship. In short, any weapon launched in the victim when he was beamed away by instantaneous kinesis would have been left behind on the stage if it was made of metal, correct? Yes, that's it! Yes! It all fits perfectly with the mathematical model. But the ultimate conclusion then is that the defendant alone had the opportunity to inflict this fatal injury on the victim, is it not? Huh? Ah, indeed, sir. Somebody beam me out of this nightmare. Oh my god, the thunder! Why is it so frequent? Stop it, thunder, stop it. You seem to be pleased by that. Yes, another example of my hypothesis holding true. But I sense some sarcasm, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you not pleased? No. I knew it. At the end of the day, I'm the one responsible for Mr. Asman losing his life. The advancement of science is no excuse. I knew that. No, you're quite right. Tell the court, did you have a close relationship with Mr. Asman? Oh, well, no, not really. I mean, I'd only meet him 2 or 3 times, and we only ever discuss that thunder! Oh my god, the thunder really scares me. That scares me a lot. My gosh. What happened? And we only ever discussed my hypothesis and the project and the research grant, of course. Can you hear that? Can you hear the thunder calling for you? How did you come to know Mr. Asman in the first place? A year ago now, a small provincial science journal published a little paper about my work. That's a scientific journal? Good gracious, I should need new spectacles. I might have an extraordinary hypothesis and great promise, but at the time I had no money. I had to eat tiny little meals at tiny little cafe and drink watered down water out of tiny little glass. But Mr. Asman read the paper and came to visit me at my tiny little laboratory. And offered you money to help fund your work? Exactly, that's exactly what happened. I handled the theoretical side of things and Mr. Asman provided me with an engineer for the practical. And the three of us produced that fantastic machine together. Three people. Wait, there's another person that he didn't mention. That means that third person is the murderer. It's always been like that in this kind of games. He was a wonderful man, really. I owe him everything. When you say that you built the machine together, does that mean that you were involved in its construction? Yes. Well, not exactly. I'm not good with the practical side of machines myself, so the physical construction was done by an engineer. Little remains for few creation now, though following the explosion, repair will no doubt be impossible. Yes, I realize that, but still, if someone were to gather all the broken parts, they will discover the secret of my hypothesis. But Mr. Asman and I told over that machine for so long, we put our hearts and soul into it. I have to protect our work. So what's left of the machine must be kept safe. That's only fair because what happened was an accident. That's the extent of the testimony then. Thank goodness for that. I don't want him doing any more damage than he already basically proven that he could have been the culprit. But it seems as though all he really cares about is defending his hypothesis. Still, I wonder, what if his hypothesis is just fundamentally flawed? Isn't this metal? No? Isn't the glasses metal? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Very distinctive handle. Oh wait! If this is wood... No, wait, no. Okay, it's not wood. It's not wood. I thought it was wood. If it's wood, then it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense then. But it's not wood. It's metal. What else could it be? I feel like this is metal, the glass is also metal. It doesn't make any sense. Let me save first. And you guys can hear the sound of thunder. That's it. What else? I feel like it's this one, but like, oops. Oh, sorry. It feels like wait, is it? Oh no, it's okay. And the electricity just stopped. Yeah, it's a blackout right now. But for now, we're currently okay because I have what is it called? I forgot what is this called. CPU? No, not CPU. I forgot what it's called. Central output unit. I don't know. COU. I don't know. But I don't know how long will it be until I be able to finish the stream. But like the blackout is gonna have me. It's gonna have the Wi-Fi turned off in a few moments, I think. So I don't know when. No. So, I don't know. The blackout, man. Should I continue? I think I should continue. Yeah, I think it's this one. Let's just try it, okay? Let's just try it. Yes, I was right! Yes! Professor Harebrine, you say that according to your hypothesis, nothing made out of metal can be beamed instantaneous kinesis using the machine you made. Is that it? Yes, that's right. Spot on. Exactly correct. In that case, I'd like to ask to have a look at this photograph that was taken at the scene. In particular, I would like to pay attention to the victim's face. You can clearly see that Mr. Aslan is wearing a pair of spectacles with metal rim. What? Metal? No! Metal can't! That's not... metal? No! We've already established that the proposed murder weapon